In this lesson, we're going to be looking at how to calculate data capacity. We're going to think about which storage devices are best and the units of data. Have a look at these key words. Can you put all the different units in order? Pause the video and try and write them down. You should have found B for bit first, followed by N for nibble, then capital B for byte, followed by KB, MB, GB, TB and PB. Let's have a think about data sizes. Here you can see my file, and if I right click and click properties, you can see the size of this file, which is 1.86 megabytes. Your next task is to go on the internet and find a picture, and then find out what size it is. Then go on your computer, find 3 different types of files, and tell me what size of file they are. Then, the extension question is how many images of the file size that you found could fit on a 3 GB hard drive, and show you're working. Pause the video and complete this slide. Now, here are some average sizes of files. We've got 4 different types of files. A Word document, the average file size being 246 kilobytes. A photograph, 4,342 kilobytes. A music video on MP3 format, 8,485 kilobytes. And a video, 62,896 kilobytes. We've got 3 different storage devices. A hard disk, which is 8 terabytes in size, a solid state USB, which is 256 gigabytes, and a CD-ROM, which is 640 megabytes. So how many videos could we fit on the CD? Now remember, a video is 62,896 kilobytes. Now we couldn't just divide 640 megabytes, which is the size, by 62,896 kilobytes because they have different units. They're not both in megabytes or kilobytes. What we need to do is make sure they are in the same units first. So we are going to either change the megabytes or the kilobytes. Now in this instance we are going to go for megabytes. Megabytes is a good unit of storage for us to measure. There are 1,000 kilobytes in a megabyte, so we can divide the number of kilobytes by 1,000 to make 62.896 megabytes. That makes our sum easier. 640 megabytes divided by 62.896 megabytes gives us 10.175527855550, and it goes on. And we'd round down. Pause the video and try and explain why we'd round down. Now the reason we'd round down is because we'd never put 10.1 videos on a file, because that would mean one video file was incomplete. We'd just put 10 on and say there was insufficient storage space. So the answer would be 10. In your workbooks, you'll see our capacity formula. Can you complete this page in your workbooks? Please pause the video and do this now. It does get harder though. Let's have a look at how many documents we could fit on our hard drive. Now our hard drive is 8 terabytes large, and the document is 246 kilobytes on average. Remember, we need to use the same units. Now I've chosen to work in megabytes. Now we wouldn't use kilobytes, they're too small, and we want a data unit roughly in between, so megabytes would be perfect. So 8 terabytes is 8,000 gigabytes, which is 8 million megabytes. But the docs also need to be in megabytes. 246 kilobytes equals 0.246 megabytes. See how we've divided it by 1000? So we're now going to calculate the number. 0.246 megabytes is divided, 8 million megabytes is divided by 0.24, which gives us 32,520,325.203. Remember, we round that down because we wouldn't put that last document on, meaning it would be 32,520,325. In your workbooks, I want you to try and calculate how many of each of the different types of documents would be able to be stored on the 3 different storage medium. Here are our answers. Check that you've got them correct and make improvements when needed. Please go back and fill in your PLC. Pause the video and decide whether you are happy with the unit or not. Finally, I want you to do a bit of revision. Complete the Seneca tasks, including the exam style questions, and use this to help you to update your PLCs. Then you need to create a revision resource. Remember that you won't be allowed to sit the test unless you show a revision material. You can use your keyword wall to help you.